here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not, okay? This is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl. And that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it, okay? And I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here, okay? You put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey, okay? Your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin probably, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISO tea down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey y'all, what's going on? Happy, what is it, Friday Eve, everybody. What's going on? We're back for scripted TV. We're about to get into 4 different shows today. We're going to do All American Homecoming. Then we're going to get into Kings of Napa, which was really, really good. And lastly, you guys, we're going to go ahead and talk about Tyler Perry's Sistas. Okay, it was real hard not to start singing the theme song right then. Okay, I'm about to come on camera. Hold up, girl. Who can save the children? Bounce them on their knees. Bounce them on the knee and sing the melody. The Varnell Man. Ee-hoo. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Just a little bit. Slightly. Nah, I ain't going nowhere. I've been here, okay? Been gone for a minute. Now I'm back with the jump off. Goons in the club, case something. All right, I'm done. Hi, everybody. What's going on? Okay, the Orange Crow. Queen Bee got the ill deep throat. It's all about make a Sprite can disappear in my mouth. What? Girl, what? You can make a Sprite can do what now, girl? Child, the shit that they say in music, child.
Look, I can stick this thing all the way in the back of my throat. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. Stupid ass. Like, is that necessary? Is that necessary? Do we need that? Thank you, Danielle. Hi, everybody. Hey, Keisha, Brittany, Empress, Erica, Hannah, Ragdi, Zonya, Zena. Okay, who else is in the building? Lisa, Soulful Dog, Nafisa's daughter, Brandon. Okay, Zontois. I'm right, Mocha. Carla. What's going on, girl? Hey, now. Brandy, Latonya, Carly, Kendra, Nicole, okay, Onikiwa, Onikawa, girl, I think that's what that said. What's going on? Oniqua, Lindsay, child, I think that's how they go. Purely Terry, Tyree, thank you, my Ty, for reminding me about Sistas, because I sure in the fuck forgot about them. I watched them last night and totally forgot. Because nothing happened. The episode was like blah. You know, but All American was cute. All American was cute. Listen, I'm gonna try not to hold y'all extra long today, because I know lately it's been these 2-hour lives, and that's cool because we live. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm talking to y'all and we talking about things and we having conversations about real shit. You know, and I love it. I do, but I don't want to keep doing that. I don't want to keep doing that. Oh, y'all like my shirt? Thank you. It's when I feel like I look the most like Whitney, if I could ever, okay? If I could ever look like my girl, it was probably when she was pregnant, okay? Put a little hair right here. I need a little hair right here. This is the Every Woman. It's all in me. It's all in me. I'm every woman, it's all in me. I can read your thoughts right now, everyone from A to Z. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold up, y'all, gotta get bucked up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can cast a spell so that you can tell. Mix a special groove, put fire inside of you. Anytime you feel danger or fear, then instantly I will appear, 'cause I'm every woman. It's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, I do it naturally. Oh. No. Okay. Consent your needs. I clean onto the scene. I can make a rhyme, put confusion in your mind. And when it comes down to some good old-fashioned love, I've got it. Baby, I've got it. Okay, listen. It was Whitney, it wasn't Shaka. It was Whitney, it wasn't Shaka, but we would run it back and do the Shaka Haka. Shaka Khan. Yo, I miss Whitney so much. My girl. Okay, y'all ready to get into All American? Let's get into All American. I love this little setup. Olivia looks so cute. I don't know why I never paid attention to how cute Olivia look in this screen right here. But girl, listen, I know this ain't for everybody. I know this ain't everybody jizz, but that's okay. Because I love the scripted shows. I want to come to you guys with the scripted shows, and we're gonna do the scripted shows. Okay, we're just gonna do them all together. Okay, so I don't have to come to y'all and get maybe 1,000 here, 1,000 there. No, this is gonna be around about 3 to 5. Okay, that's usually how these go. Without power, 3 to 5. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Is it on? I saw the first episode of Tommy. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again, but It didn't make me feel strong enough on the first episode that I needed to do it. So I just felt like, thank God, another show I can knock off scripted TV. At one point, it was way too many fucking shows on this scripted TV shit, okay? But let's go ahead and get into it. So All American, the boys wake up on the beach, a little reckless abandon before college, okay? We got Jordan, Spencer, Asher, JJ, okay? And it's supposed to be fun. We're supposed to be having a good time. Let me tell y'all something. Spencer in this new hair and the facial hair. I said, Spence. Spence. It works. 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 Okay. So it's 7 a.m. and Billy is in Crenshaw interrupting GW's poker game. Okay. Complete with cigars at 7 a.m. Laura and Billy are staying with GW to help him get his health together. They trying to help his old ass stay alive. But sometimes you got to just let people kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to be like, back away. You know what I'm saying? You got to just be like, hey, if you want to die because it's a lung cancer, if you want to die from a heart attack, if you want to die with your lung on the ventilator, bitch, well, you know what? Go ahead and do it. But you have the information, you know that you're going to die, right? You know it's not healthy for you, right? You understand that? Okay, as long as you have the information, ornery ass old man. Okay, child, GW works on my nerves, okay? But I also understand how Billy could work on his nerves. Billy in there, trying to turn up the thermostat. Hey, don't be turning up my thermostat because the white lady cold. That's no disrespect to Laura. That's no disrespect. I sure do like Laura. But yeah, Black people not about to be uncomfortable because the white lady cold. Ma'am, put on a sweater. We inside. Okay, that's how you stay comfortable. It's easier to get warmer. It's harder to get cooler. Don't turn my AC. Once my AC is where it is, please do me a favor, don't touch it. Do me a favor, don't touch it. I felt GW in that moment. I just want to say that. Put on a sweater, wrap yourself up in a blanket, drink some hot tea. Okay, but don't touch my motherfucking thermostat. Do y'all see all these big ass robes? It's because my house stay cold. It's not because it's winter. It's not because it's winter. I don't even buy thin robes. Why? It's 60 degrees in my house when we wake up. Okay? I don't give a fuck. That's why I put the solar panels on the roof so I can get a break on the energy bill, bitch. This air conditioner will be on 65 upon entrance into the bed. 65. By the time I get in there, I tell the old girl, and this is what I thank technology for, I tell the old girl, put it on 63, and we're out like a light. We slept through the flight. We don't like to be in no hot ass house or no hot ass bed. So I was with GW on that. Okay? I don't know why y'all have to stay with him in Crenshaw anyway. Like, I know Crenshaw and Beverly Hills is like a 30 to 45-minute drive. And boy, when that traffic is popping, it's something else. But y'all live there. Take the side streets and stop being lazy. Or don't Laura have money? Get a little spot in Crenshaw. Get a little spot in Crenshaw. But either way, it ended up working out for everybody's betterment. Because Laura had a conversation with GW like, listen, I don't want y'all to have to get to a place where y'all can only be in a good space when y'all are living far apart. I don't want it to be like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to be 5 miles to empty. I don't want to have to be 5 miles to empty on my way to your fucking house because I ain't want to stop at this expensive ass gas station in your neighborhood. Okay. But at the same time, I understand that some relationships are just going to be what they are because men are annoying. Men are annoying and unyielding. And once they get over 40, it's almost like they're excited about the fact that they can no longer make any changes to themselves. I don't know what that's about, but I feel like you do yourself a disservice when you determine that there is an age range where you cut off learning and evolving. I don't know what that's about, but I feel like I hope that I continue to grow and evolve as a woman and as a person and open my mind as much as humanly possible in this life before I pass. Okay, I plan on going to my deathbed with as much knowledge as this life would have afforded me. And hopefully I would have given it to people in a way that I left it all on the floor. And all y'all got to do is be like, hey, this is real ass lady, man. This real ass woman, man. Okay. Don't call me a bitch by the time I get that old. I'm not going to think that's okay by the time I get that old. Don't refer to me as a real ass bitch by the time I'm 99, 100 years old. Because I'm hoping to live long, y'all. I'm hoping for a long life. Okay. So at the end of the day, GW being an old man wanting to go off to Florida so he can kill himself in peace, I feel like y'all can allow him that. Okay, the old man ain't been through a lot. He's an old honorary black man who feels like he can no longer do anything. Do you know where people go to die? Florida. That's where they go. That's where they go. That's where old people go to die. I didn't know old black people went to Florida to die, but that's good to know because old white people love going to Florida to die. So, you know, it must be popping if that's where all of the rich old white people go to die. You know what I'm saying? So GW, I wish you Godspeed. And I'm wondering what they're going to do with the house because all of the kids are at their house. All of the fucking kids are at that house, or at their house. But you know what? I honestly feel like this is something that's been swirling around in my head over the past couple of weeks. Is how Black men attain wealth and status and then move away from the neighborhoods that they grew up in. So they provide no safety to those neighborhoods, right? And I was thinking about that and I was like, yeah, niggas got to figure out a way to get that under control. Like my dad used to walk around a corner with a pistol. Like when like, okay, so short story, right? Quick, right, fast. Back in the 90s, when some of the projects started to close down, they started offering, you know, the low income housing in New Orleans East, where I grew up, right? When I grew up in New Orleans East, it was really nice. Like white people across the street, like it was a mixed area when I was growing up. By the time I got in high school and Section 8 opened up in the houses in our neighborhood, okay, then you got all of the miscreants and, you know, the lady that got about 11 kids in her fucking house and them niggas don't have nothing to do. So they walk around the neighborhood getting into bullshit. And this ain't that neighborhood, right? This is not that neighborhood. This neighborhood is full of families that include Black fathers, okay? Just to let y'all know, like, yeah, they had some single family, you know, but like when I think about it, growing up, my best friend, my other partner across the street, the nigga I couldn't stand, ex-boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? Like, your girl and them, I'm spacing on people names like I don't know them, but like everybody, daddy was a police officer over here. He lived in the household even when they divorced. He was still there. So what I'm saying is I grew up in a neighborhood where the Black men, if shit was going awry, nigga walking around the corner with a gun, like who needed, who do I have to shoot in order for my neighborhood to feel safe? You know what I'm saying? This is what my paw was on. And the men in the neighborhood would back him up. And then on top of that, my daddy was also friends with police officers and judges and DAs and city council members. And so he was, you know what I'm saying? You're able to impress upon people not to fuck with you or not to, you know, do the most in your area. I promise you. The neighbor across the street called my daddy and said, two of them little niggas from around the corner was trying to climb in the window at your house and you was in there. My daddy got a gun, checked around the side of the house, and then walked around the corner and told him, if any of you little niggas, if I find any of you little niggas climbing through my windows again, I'm going to kill you. I just want everybody to be aware. Do you see it? I'm going to kill you. I just want everybody to know. And it's because my father lives in a house with a whole bunch of girls. They were climbing through my sister's fucking window. Okay. So she wasn't there, but this is what was going on, you know? And the window next to hers was mine. And if they climbed in my window, then somebody was going to die. So this is what I am saying. Niggas don't do that, like talking about it anymore. The men who are not into street shit don't get involved in street shit. So they don't correct the things that are happening in their neighborhoods. They just kind of be quiet, allow for it to happen, right? And so they have to move out of those neighborhoods. And then the women and children who are left in those neighborhoods have no real protection and no men around them that are going to try to protect them, because those men who are like that have moved out of those neighborhoods, have died. You know, they don't make those niggas no more. They're involved in the street shit and they don't know what they're doing. They're stupid. So they're getting your house shot up. Like, it's just, there's nobody to help. And I feel like that's the sad thing. Ironically, gangs in LA actually started as community protection. I know. I mean, and we can even take it further than that. We know it comes from the Black Panther Party and you know, the Newton and all of them. Okay, y'all, I don't want to give y'all the history of that because I don't know it like I should know it in order for me to get up here and disseminate it. But I know that the Black Panther Party, okay, which they really tried to criminalize and villainize and all of that shit back in the day. Them people was trying to help us, trying to protect us, have us armed, have us educated, okay? And the food programs, they gave out food to the mamas in the neighborhoods and all of that. They actually did shit. They actually helped. Do you know what white people did? They arrested them. They arrested them. They made them seem like hoodlums. Okay, they made it seem like they was just thugs and shit. And eventually niggas just went into the thug shit of it all, because that's how things ended up happening. We're trying to make money. We're trying to deal with the depression of living in this traumatic experience as African Americans in the 70s and in the 80s. Okay, and you got your drugs and shit that they putting into the, like, at some point, you know, people was like, I can't do this. Like, you got to know that black people at some point was just like, I can't handle this shit no more, you know. But there are other people that didn't. There are other people that stood their ground and shit. Now the East is a mess. You know, they got people saying that it's not safe to be in the East, you know. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I saw about this man that got murdered down here last Friday, came down here from South Carolina. Let me tell y'all something. Don't stay on Chef Mentor Highway. I don't know what he thought, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if y'all don't never hear nothing from me, don't ever stay in a hotel on Chef Mentor Highway. Do you hear me? Chef Mentor, it's called Chef. Don't ever stay in no motel hotel on Chef. Did you hear me? Okay. That was the first mistake. When I read the story, I'm like, do you know how many shootings I have been to off a Chef? Yo, I remember one of the last gigs I had was a murder at the no, it was the motel that was next to the apartment complex, because niggas be staying at the like, y'all think it's a motel, but people be staying in them things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all. And I would just say, just in general, try not to do motels. They're cheap hotels. Don't do motels. It's not safe. There's carpet. Let's move on from there. So, y'all, Layla gives her mom's, Layla's dad gives her mom's masters this episode, which was amazing, you guys. And so she sits in the studio with Olivia and Clay and listens to the music, and everybody's moved, emotional, you know what I'm saying? And then Clay, being a man, decides that he's going to take her mother's music without her permission and remix it. And when he presented it to her, she didn't even listen to it before she told him, okay, so you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. Who told you to do that? So first you're stealing my mom's music, and then you're doing it in an effort to try to date me? To try to get me to go out on a date with you? Is that what's going on here? I don't think so, Playboy. Okay, Playboy, I don't think so. You won't do it here. You won't do it with me. Okay, that's how she felt. And I understood that. And this is another thing that my mind has been tap dancing on, y'all. Sometimes there are themes that my mind goes through as I watch things. You know what I'm saying? As I hear things, as I'm listening, you know, and then I see it in real life, and it's becoming, you know, prominent in my mind. And this situation with Clay actually reminds me of something I was listening to on Jamie's channel. I was listening to Jamie read her It's Messy. Y'all know my girl Jamie. The Ooh Ladies First panel is tonight on Niecy Dixon's channel. Make sure y'all come and see us. 8:30 Central Time. So Jamie does This Is Messy, and she just reads threads, stories, you know, messy shit from on the internet that has gone viral or people have been talking about, right? And one of the stories that she talked about was this guy who tried to holler at this woman through her business. She must do, you know, some type of work on clothing, jackets, t-shirts, whatever. And he basically, you know, was like, hey, I need you to do my jacket for me. And she was like, okay, just let me know when you're ready. And he was like, oh, and you need to let me know when I can take you out. And she's like, you can't take me out. I'm not interested. And then, you know, it turns into a whole thing. But the main thing is that you are disingenuous with your approach. A lot of you niggas do this, and you blame women when they refuse you or reject you. And you feel like in some way you can make it like, you know, so fucked up that the woman has rejected you, even though you weren't forthcoming with your attraction or your interest in her. You started out making it about business. And that's where y'all fuck up. Because first of all, this reminds me of the Sin Santana thing. You know, like so many times when men will take advantage of situations. And this was a situation where he wanted her to do something for him. So you were going to pay her for a service. And you turn that into, well, I want to date you. And when she tells you no, then it turns into something must be wrong with her because you're so amazing. And it's like, no, nigga, I'm just not interested in you. Tyler Perry does that this episode of Sistas as well. You know, we'll talk about it. But this moment where Danny is telling this man, I'm not interested in you. And niggas always act like a woman has to be hurt or depressed or sad or bitter because she's not interested in him. No, nigga, I'm just not interested in you. The situation with Layla is a little different because she actually does like Clay, but she doesn't like having relationships with people she's doing business with because that didn't feel good to her when her dad was doing it. Okay. When her dad was fucking little mama, that did not feel good to Layla. So a relationship with Clay is not something she was interested in because niggas take advantage. And then they move real fugazi and real funny style when shit doesn't go their way in relationships when y'all have business relationships as well. You know, you break up with them or they mad at you and now they trying to fuck up the business. And nobody has time for that. Okay? So even though she talked to her dad and her dad was like, you should really think about why you're this upset about it. Because yeah, he should have asked you for the music, but this is amazing and your mom would love this. So ask yourself what you're really upset about. And then she decided to put on makeup and, you know, pull her hair up and look real sexy, call him down to the studio and then walk up on him real close and let him know what was up. And now they hunching, I guess. I was like, so confusion. Could we have gotten an explanation on your feelings of, you know, with Clay? But maybe, you know, like I explained it, it just wasn't what she wanted because that did not feel good to her when her dad did it. And being in that situation as a woman, I imagine that she wanted to keep things professional because men in the industry do the fucking most. So you have to stay on guard, you know? But if you're really interested in someone, that poses an issue because you could really be interested in Clay and not work out with Clay. The next producer you work with is going to think they can fuck you or something because you were in a relationship with Clay. I'm sure that is the way that Layla is thinking about it. But Layla also being a legacy in the industry with her dad being famous and then her having her own production company, she won't often be in a position to be played with in that same way because she's in a power position versus when you are an artist coming into these industry situations and niggas are using their power over you. You know, because they know that you want to make it so badly because this is your way out of dire straits. This is your way to, you know, focus on your dream or whatever the fuck it is. And they use that like, oh, you want success, you want access, I have it, but I'm not going to give it to you if you don't fuck me first. You know, and women will often feel like, well, I'm fucking a broke nigga now, so why not? But it ends up turning into something that's not what they wanted because it's not about sex, it's about power. It's about using the power you have to get what you want out of somebody. I'm really starting to think that people who move like that, that's a drug for them to be able to use their power and their status to get what they want from someone. Okay? It's a drug. So it ends up going a couple of ways. It'll do the Trey Songz thing where you get so full of yourself where you can't hear no because you're so used to hearing yes. You can't hear no. Because that breaks down, you know, all the molecules in your fucking brain that's telling you that you use your power and whatever else you have at your disposal to get your way at all times. You start to feel like that is the way life is supposed to go, and it's not. If someone doesn't want you, that's what it is. If someone doesn't like your advances, that's what it is. Respect it and come at women forthright. If you are sexually interested, say that off rip. And then when she shuts you down, take the no for an answer instead of thinking that, well, you know what, she may change her mind. And then when she doesn't, then you want to do something to hurt her or take something away from her to exact your revenge because you can't deal with the fact that somebody was straight up with you, told you they wasn't interested. And just because you put your best foot forward and didn't get the response you wanted, now you're having a fucking temper tantrum. So this situation with Layla and Clay is cute for the moment, but it can definitely go different. You know what I'm saying? It can definitely go different, but this is all American / Disney shit. So Layla and Clay are making out and it's cute for the moment. But I'm sorry. I just had like Nick, okay? Nick be doing that since a lot of them girls seem to be coming up through wilding out. Anyway, so Spencer, y'all, got offered a free endorsement deal with a gym now that college students can do endorsement deals. But the whole point is to get some money out of the situation. And this was a free endorsement, deal. Like basically he gets a t-shirt and he gets to work out at the gym while he posted on social media and help bring people to the gym. It's a black owned gym. He liked the man, but ultimately he needed the money. JJ presented him with the option to be an ambassador or, be a get an endorsement deal with a energy drink. Okay. What was the energy drink called, y'all? Some stupid shit. Okay. What was it called? Because I put it in my notes down at the bottom. Damn. I think it must have messed the note up or something. Oh no, Angry Hippo energy drink. That shit sounds like crack. Angry Hippo energy drink was the company. And he kept trying to do like Angry Hippo, so he kept trying to do advertisements for him, but it just was not working. But they offer him $10,000 and a yacht party. Okay. And the yacht party is supposed to pull everybody in, right? We'll get back to that. So Coop is looking for a place to live this episode. Patience says, why don't we just move in together and be roommates? They're already in a relationship, child. It's what lesbians do. They U-Haul. They decide to put a deposit down on a place sight unseen. Not a good idea. Never do that. I don't care what the price is. I don't care what the pictures look like. If you don't see it, don't put your money on it. Point blank, fucking period. Rookie mistake. When they get to the apartment, it's a pill box. It's stained. It's nasty. It stinks. And there are two very pale, sick-looking white people sitting on their phones. I don't know what type of drugs they're on, but I'm worried for them. Okay, they need some sun. Okay, they need something. But it looks dehydrated over there. It look a little shake, a little nervous about what could happen being in a place with them. Okay, a shared apartment, y'all. A shared studio apartment at that. You know what I'm saying? So they go to Laura trying to get help with the situation, but Laura isn't there because she's in Crenshaw, but Olivia is there, and Olivia has just finished, her little summer at the journalism school. Okay, so he kept calling it journalism camp. I cannot. But either way, she had just finished that. She's learned a lot, and Olivia has already put a few people down in the media now, girl. She had those cops held accountable. It's been a few other things that have happened. So Olivia might be the girl. Nah, Olivia takes it upon herself to meet with that slumlord and tells him that she's going to post a story so that people will know what he's doing. And he eventually, buckles under the pressure and lets Coop and Patience out of the, the paperwork that they signed out of their lease. But she still ran that story because people don't need to get, hung up by that ever again. And I was like, how you going to come in here looking like this? You look like you stink, like you don't clean yourself. Like you have these apartment buildings. You could make so much more money legit if you would just put a little bit of effort into it. It's so sad. You could tell he's probably some duck ass dude that got those apartments from a family member who died. And now he's just, scamming people with it until he loses it with his dumb ass. Anyway, Asher is working at Jacob's restaurant now. Where is Jamie? Y'all know his little girlfriend that was working at the restaurant that got Jacob to give him that scholarship money so that he can go to coastal California to try to be a coach? $200,000. Do we remember? Okay, Jamie has disappeared and everybody was acting like, it was just like she just went No, how bitches just disappear and don't come to work? I don't know. That made me worry. I was like, what is going on? Like, y'all need to make sure the way they sex trafficking the young girls out here today, y'all need to make sure Jamie is okay. Okay, anyway. So this is also the moment where Asher realizes that you should never turn down $200,000 from somebody who's fucking your mom because he's bussing tables for a living and realizes that it's not a lot of money. And then somebody brings him $17 in tip for the day. I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Don't ever turn down money like that again. You sounded stupid, but that's because you did not know. And I don't know how you didn't know because you've been poor for a while now, Asher. Your dad lost money on the first season. You weren't a rich kid the first season. So I'm really lost at how, first of all, he's never had a job. Second of all, how he doesn't know how much shit costs. Like that daddy at some point didn't even have a job. So I'm just confused on how Asher is, confused himself on, the cost of living. You guys live in Los Angeles. Don't you hear this all the time? Anyway, y'all. So I told y'all the guys, had a beach house. I didn't tell y'all they had a beach house, but I told y'all they're trying to enjoy themselves for the summer. JJ got a beach house. They woke up on the beach at the beginning of the episode. Well, now they're back on the beach and they're playing volleyball against some old dudes and they end up getting their ass beat. And Spencer took it hard. Spencer freaked out because he was like, at the end of the day, we are at least half those dudes' age. There is no way they should have kicked our ass like that. And Jordan was like, I bet you they can't kick our ass in football. Like, nigga, we don't play volleyball every day. They look like they just be out here every other Saturday kicking ass on the volleyball, court or whatever, And I just kind of feel like if there are no women in tight black shorts, I don't care. No, I'm just playing. I do like volleyball, so I was interested in watching them play, and they were getting their asses kicked. And so Spencer is now worrying about if he's ready for college football. I mean, yeah, he's Spencer James, but he doesn't want to get out of shape. And y'all, this is how you know I'm really an athlete now. People say you're an athlete when you get to this level of working out, but you don't believe it until you get to a point where you're like, oh my God, I took more than one day off. What the fuck was I thinking? You know what I'm saying? And now you're putting on size 2 shirts and hearing them rip and feeling like, what the fuck is going on? But then you put on a size 2 dress and then you still fit it. So then you're like, oh, okay, never mind. But it doesn't matter. That's what I'm going through in my life right now. Thank you, Trishina, for the Cash App. Okay. That was in my life. Don't worry about me. Anyway, but I understand like the need to stay on it and to stay consistent. When I had to jump rope today, I did cycle circuits, and I'm going to post me doing cycle circuits. Anybody that is on ifyoucanmove.com with Kiara LaShae, if y'all follow the gym, y'all know the gym, the cycle circuits is a fucking beast. Cycle circuits is 22 minutes of murder. And honestly, I wish I had enough stamina to run it a second time. And I think I'm going to work my way up to being able to do that workout twice because it's ignorant as fuck. But I love how challenging it is and how my body feels when I'm done. I love when shit makes me feel sore because I work out so much that you just kind of get used to feeling sore. So you don't really feel it as much anymore. So when I actually feel soreness on my sides and shit, I know I did something. Okay. So I'm going to be in a challenge, which starts on my anniversary on March 5th. And y'all know we going out of town. So I'm going to be doing a challenge while we're going out of town, while I'm going to my, the wedding, everything's going on. The workouts will commence. Do you hear me? All right. So y'all make sure that if you are a member, if you're in a Discord, there's a little fitness tab. So I'm going to try to make it my business, y'all, to like post in there more often about my workouts and what I'm doing and when I do my protein shakes and, maybe post pictures of what I eat and stuff like that. I'm going to try to keep more of a diary in the fitness Discord part. Okay, y'all. Forgive my, if I don't always do the things that I say I'm going to do, because sometimes, y'all, I just be so overwhelmed and tired because I be doing a million things at one time. But I really want to try to do that this time around. I already post my workouts when I do challenges. I post every workout usually, because I like to watch. I like to go back and watch the progression, watch the workouts that were hard at the beginning. They got easy by the time I got to the end, that type of shit. So I'll try to make sure that I keep more of like a little diary of what's going on during the challenge this time in the fitness tab in the Discord. All right. So yeah, Spencer is trying to do those ads for the energy drink, not going so well. They go to the yacht party, and the yacht party was put on by an ex-college football player that everybody thought was going to make it big, but didn't because he was an alcoholic and obviously wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing. He showed up to a game drunk, from what we understand. He came off like a douche, and he basically blamed everybody for why he didn't go pro. Like it was all these excuses about how he, you want to go harder than everybody else, even though you're better than them just off of talent. Like just saying all of this crazy shit that really turned Spencer off and made Spencer think about how his life could be if he did not stay focused. This is obviously somebody that did not stay focused. And Spencer is like, I have got to stay focused. So you add getting kicked in the ass by the old dudes on the volleyball court, and now you add seeing this washed up has been blaming everybody for him not going pro, when it's obvious the reason he didn't go pro is because he wasn't focused. Okay, he wasn't doing what the fuck he was supposed to be doing. So Spencer is getting a lesson this episode that honestly I feel like is very, very dire, because football players get in a game and get their head fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And I think Spencer is learning in this moment that he needs to constantly stay focused, and not just stay focused on playing football, but niggas stay focused on that money and on that schooling, because you need to be able to do something besides play football. Spencer is the type of player that can grow up, you know, into your analyst. Like, he'll be all over the place in real nice fitted suits, giving great speeches and smiling and throwing balls and making millions of fucking dollars and hopefully marrying a black woman. So yeah, I mean, we'll take Olivia. This honestly, we will take Olivia, okay? Because sis is for us, okay? We will not argue about him wife and Olivia if that's what happens, but please don't be Billy. That's all we ask of you. We are tired as black women, okay? The graces of the world, us, your mama and them, we is tired, Jesus, okay, of the Billies of the world. And that's no disrespect to Laura. She's amazing, but most white women aren't Laura, and that's no disrespect to most white women. I'm just saying most of y'all aren't Laura, period, point to the blank. Layla and Ash, but most of us are Grace. Hello, ain't that the bullshit of it all? Ain't that the bullshit of it all? Listen, I feel like more of us are Grace and not enough of them are Laura, okay? Layla and Asher have a talk, and Asher is looking for validation from external sources. Another moment that I feel like was such a huge lesson for Asher to learn, okay? They were talking about how he can't seem to find happiness. You know, he thought he was about to hit it off with Jamie, and now Jamie disappeared. And it's like, that's because you're constantly looking for your happiness everywhere else but inside you, Asher. And you got to stop doing that. Asher, you know, the happiness first was in his dad's approval, then into football and, you know, the team and all of that. And then he lost that. And so now he's trying to find where his passion is. And even if he, you know, goes full throttle into coaching, Asher needs to find out how to be happy as a person, separate from everything else, you know? And yeah, your career, your calling, those things aid in that. But you have got to be in a place in life where your happiness isn't always relegated by where you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it really got to be about the moment. And that's where JJ comes into play, because they were talking about how JJ just enjoys life, takes everything at face value, and, you know, just puts his passion into the things that he, you know, feels he should. And honestly, y'all, JJ is one of my favorite characters. I love JJ. Like, I can't say enough. Like, it's so funny because, like, JJ is definitely one of those white boys that I'd have been like, listen, don't make me laugh too much, okay? Because, you know, y'all know, I am not, I don't discriminate against anybody. I'm married, you know what I'm saying? I don't have my ring on right now because it's loose, but I'm married, you know what I'm saying? But if I wasn't married, I would not be one of these black women that's out here, you know, I only date, no. I don't only date anybody. I don't only date anybody. I don't only date men. I don't only date black men. Okay? Child. I'm not, no. Okay, love comes in all forms, bitch. And I will not be a woman out here that can't find it because I'm, you know, looking for one type of person to meet that criteria. I believe not. So yeah, y'all, Coop and Patience come through to the party, and Spencer is still trying to record himself with the energy drink thing, and Coop is like, what the fuck is this? You got groupies in here, you're holding the phone up, dude, energy drink, like, what is this shit? You know what I'm saying? This ain't you. And Spencer is like, yeah, I'm feeling that, and I'm starting to realize I'm surrounded by people I don't want to end up like, you know? And he's looking at that ex-football player, you know, looking like a fucking jerk, you know, looking like somebody that's washed. Asher gave that football player a tip on this college game that he bet on, and he ended up winning. So he comes back and gives Asher $500 from the winnings, and he was like, you should really get into this. You're good. Because Asher knew that one of the players was arguing with his girlfriend on Twitter the night before, and then knew that one of the other players was going through it and was hurt, and all of this type of shit. So Asher has been paying attention. And I'm like, Asher is so amazing the way his mind works. If he would only like fully believe in himself. And that's the funny thing, y'all. That's the funny thing. I feel like your late teens, early 20s, no matter how great you are, you still have, I mean, even in your 30s, I feel like I still go through this ever so often, not nearly as much as I used to, but feeling like you're not worthy or not good enough, or you're not as great as you are. You don't see it, even though it's all there, but you don't see it. And because you don't see it, you act out of balance with who you really are. Asher has me worried because you don't have money. You just won $500 from gambling. Your dad has an addictive personality. I'm worried about Asher. Oh, somebody said, oh no, Asher is going to have another addiction. I was like, that is not good. That fucking jerk off just gave Asher, like, there are some people I feel like they are negative agents. They are agents of chaos. And because the world needs balance, as much as there are people that make us feel good and bring forth, good into the world, there are people that bring forth chaos because their life is chaos and they relish in the chaos of it all. And then they then impart that same chaos and turmoil on other people in the slightest manner. And I feel like that's what this football player just did to Asher. He just like wiped his shit on Asher's shoulder. And now Asher is about to become, in some way, someone that is going to need fixing again. And to me, it shouldn't be any of his friends coming to his, to his backing or to his rescue. It should be his fucking father or his mom. But it's probably going to end up being Jacob, his boss. It's probably going to end up being Jacob, the boss, because he's the only one that seemed to really be talking to the damn kid. You don't even see him talking to his mom and his daddy as much as you see him talking to Jacob. Anyway, so the next morning after the party, Spencer wakes Jordan up on the beach and tells him, get your ass up. We about to start training now because we are not about to be out here out of shape when we get to training camp. Okay, that ain't gonna be us. That ain't gonna be me or you, nigga. Get up, let's go run. And if y'all know about running on the beach, y'all will know that Angela Bassett makes that shit look real easy. But you get out there and try to run on, first of all, running on dry sand. That's why you gotta get close to where the water is. But even then, you still slightly sink into the sand when you're running, which makes it harder for you to lift your leg up. Oh my God, don't even get me fucking started. But y'all will probably see me I'm gonna see if Lyric will film me while I do my Stella got a groove back run on the beach. You know what I'm saying? I'm stretch like Stella did, and I'm just be out there running. Okay. Y'all, I'm probably not. I am not a runner. But y'all ever see that part? And Whoopi Goldberg was like, go ahead, girl. I'm right there with you, girl. Go ahead. I'm running. I'm running like the wind, girl. I see you later. And she was just bobbing back and forth like she was running. That shit was so funny. Oh my God. Y'all, I'm gonna have to go watch. That's what I'm adding. I told Lyric in preparation for our vacation, there are a few movies that we have got to watch at some point. And Weekend at Bernie's, The Inkwell, and now I am definitely adding How Stella Got a Groove back to that list of movies that we need to watch. It's all like beach Jamaica type movies, okay? Like we got to get ourselves into the mode, and nothing gets us in the mode like goddamn Weekend at Bernie's, okay? Open your eyes and make up your mind. No, nah. I can't even watch that movie. Why? Why you gonna watch it no more? Oh, that shit hard on the calves, ain't it though? I have to watch Parasite. What's that about? What's that on? Is it on Amazon? All right, y'all. That was All American. We're about to move on to All American Homecoming, y'all. Y'all know y'all be like, this is my friend. All right. So All American Homecoming. So Y'all, Damon has some competition. Y'all know Damon think he the shit. Damon is the it baseball player that gave up on going pro so that he can go and play at a HBCU that his dead parents apparently were alumni at. Parasite is on Hulu. Good to know. I'm gonna check that out. Somebody put that in the Discord for me, please. Hulu for Parasite subtitles and all. So it's out of English. Okay. So make sure y'all put that in the Discord for me to remind me. Thank y'all so much. All right. So Damon has competition in this new kid named Emmett Page, right? He even threw shade at Damon while he was giving you know, a little little blurb to a news station. You know, he was like, I know one thing. I won't be turning down the pros to go to college. And I was like, you thought that was a flex, but it wasn't. Because a lot of y'all go pro and you get hurt or get in the head, you know, hitting the head by a fucking baseball, and then what happens? You have nothing. Because you skipped to the pros and then you got hurt before you could fulfill your contract. I'm just saying it happens. It happens. So I would honestly take the time to develop as a young man, you know what I'm saying, and then figure out a way to make money. And even if you do make money, if you don't know what to do with it, it is obvious that you can lose it, even though baseball players make bank. They are not football players. Do you understand me? Okay. And I say football because I feel like football makes the least amount of money. Basketball players make more than football players. And it makes no sense because football players put their bodies through the most harm. They really should be getting paid the most money, but they only get paid a lot of money depending on their position, their skin color, and how many endorsement deals they can get. But that's a conversation for another time. Sounds like slavery. Simone didn't know that she had to get another physical before she started practice. So now she has to find a way to get a physical before they start practice, because this is another setback after being sent home for getting drunk and sucking during drills. Okay, it was just drills. It's not a big deal, but it was a big deal to her because she feels like she's failing. So you add that on top of the fact that, you know, the student, health services couldn't give her an appointment before practice, and she's going to have to miss out, and she's going to have to find time to practice alone. But you have to go and sign for time to play on the courts. So it's a whole situation with Simone. We're going to get back to her. Y'all remember Cam from the All-American season? We didn't really like Cam like that, but we're giving him a fresh start on Homecoming. We think we might like him on Homecoming. Either way, him and Simone's homegirl Keisha are fucking. Okay, Keisha is a dancer. All right, but Keisha is doing pre-med because that's what her daddy want her to do. Okay, we'll get back to that as well. Simone is working out in a full face of makeup. I found it problematic. I also thought it was unrealistic that you're doing all of that working out and that gel down ponytail did not move not once. I said her hair, it don't move. It don't move. I said that's not realistic. Okay. And then the way they tried to play her like a soybean burger bitch got her showing up to class because she didn't have time to get in the shower. But I mean, I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. It's so true. When you go to the gym and you be like, all right, I'm gonna just be there for an hour, you always end up being there longer than an hour, child. Okay. I don't know why, but you always end up being there about an hour and 30 minutes if you plan to be there for an hour. Now, if you plan to just go until you're gonna go, you could be there going up 2-3 hours. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it has happened to me before where I have just like kind of lost track of time in the gym, especially if it was a full body day instead of just focusing on like arms or focusing on legs, where I might not do as much. But when I do full body and I go from machine to machine to machine, and then after I might do 15 to 20 minutes on the Stairmaster, yeah, I might be in that bitch for 2 hours, like easy. So when she, was doing all her practicing and her workouts early that morning in makeup with her ponytail, girl, and found out from, I think it was JR, that campus is not as small as she thinks, and she needed to run to class because she was going to be late for class and she did not have time to shower. So she walks into class from working out with just like her jacket and something on under, and that ponytail was still slick as fuck, and she had on makeup, okay, because we're doing a show, and they didn't make her to look rough, so she looked regular to me. And then she goes into class and they take pictures of her and put her on a social media site talking about how she need to get her drip up. I said, what? So now on top of being an athlete, okay, in college courses, trying to find a job because her parents won't support her because her dad is a punk and her mom is a bitch. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. And so she has to find a job and put herself through all of this extra shit, right? Like Simone is a rich kid. Simone shouldn't have to be going through all of this. Let me remind you, okay? Simone grew up in Beverly like everybody else. Simone shouldn't be trying to get a fucking job, but that's what they're putting her through since she wanted to go through HBCU. Girl, that's what my daddy was trying to put me through, and I was going to go to Georgia State and didn't give a fuck. And then the nigga said he had cancer and I couldn't leave. Man, fuck. Okay, I wanted to leave bad. I had gotten a full scholarship to Georgia State after I came back from Clark because I wanted to go back to Atlanta. Shit, my old lady was in Atlanta. I had, I was forming my contacts. Tyler Perry studio was being built, and we had like a line, like a pathway from our teacher to Tyler Perry at in the university. So I had my shit in order, and it just did not go that way at all, and I was so upset. And it's reminded me, child, that reminded me of that so much. Post Simone, y'all. Oh, I'm mad at her parents. But anyway, Simone is going through a lot. And since when do people care about how you look during class? Who does that, y'all? Am I the only one that when I was in college, ain't nobody give a fuck? Nigga wore sweats everywhere. Went to class, came back, got in a bed, went to sleep. Went to class, came back, went got something to eat, went back to the room, went to sleep. Like, I don't know what it was, but in college, if you wasn't partying or in class or eating, your ass was asleep or at work. You worked your ass off, y'all. I had a job. You know what I'm saying? Like I worked while I was in school, you know what I'm saying? And so the idea that people were supposed to be, dripped out as in college, I was just like, that is not real. That is not real. Okay? I wore sweats. Listen, I was like, I don't know what year of college we in. Maybe it's because my ass is old. But when I was in college, girl, between 2007 to 2010, okay, really 2006, right? Because I graduated high school 2006. So yeah, 2006 to 2010, bitch. I graduated on time, December 2010. Okay. So yeah, I just kind of feel like, girl, when nobody out here dressing up to go to no fucking class, what? Bondi, they be dressing down at HBCUs now, even for class and being on campus. Shall I wish the fuck I would waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning? I wish the fuck I would. That's not what we did at all. We had on sweats. And honestly, y'all, if you think I would have gave a fuck too, you think I would have gave a fuck? I'm not that type. I'm not that girl. When I tell you, I would have commented under that shit like, and bitch, I'm still cute. Fuck all y'all. Like, I'm not doing this with y'all, man. Get the fuck out of here. Nigga go to class in sweats, okay, some slides and a t-shirt. I'll be cute when we going somewhere. I'll be cute when it's the event down to the, to the pier, okay, down to the student union. I had some people dress up like that when I was in college. Some days I dressed enough, depending on occasion on campus. Yeah, like if it was gonna be some little cute shit, you know what I'm saying? Then yeah, but like when I'm going to an 8 o'clock class and I'm gonna be in class all day until like 1, 2 o'clock, man, nobody doing all that. For real, leggings and a t-shirt and a hoodie. Get the fuck out of here. You be comfortable because you be tired. I don't know what they was doing in school, girl, but they made Simone feel bad. I was like, girl, fuck out of here. So yeah, Simone and Damon got paired with Thea in their art class, art appreciation class or some sort of child. I don't remember, but I know they're gonna do a project on Zora Neale Hurston. Thea's a bitch and feels like she's about to run this project. She's gonna tell y'all what to do, what time to get there, what y'all gonna say, what y'all talking about, and if y'all veer outside of that, she gonna have an attitude. I don't like her. Then Keisha and Nate, y'all know that's her two homegirls. Okay, now Nate is he got a wig, but he got a beard. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a she, but it's named Nate. Like I I'm gonna just say homegirls. I'm gonna just say the homegirls, okay? And then I'm gonna call Nate by name because I don't want to misgender people, but I know what I'm looking at, and I feel like I can't misgender you if you got both of them going on at the same time. I don't know how you can be upset with me when you giving both. You giving beard and you giving hair. That's giving both, okay? So I'm gonna just be like that nigga Nate, like, okay, for lack of a better term, them niggas over there. You know what I'm saying? Soulful dog, yes, non-binary. That's the word that I was looking for in the moment. Thank you so very, very much. It's cuter than listen, it's giving cuter than Saucy Santana because Nate cute up and around the body. Okay. Okay, yeah, Nate is non-binary on the show. I'm not sure which one it. That's why I was saying I ain't, because I was saying homegirl until I caught the name. I caught the name this episode. I didn't know Nate was Nate. Okay, I thought it was gonna be something else. Okay, but no, it's Nate. So it's still the homegirls though, because it is what it is. Okay, so then Keisha and Nate show Simone a picture of herself on the yard, which is some social media platform made to showcase the students' drip. I told y'all. While Keisha and Nate are helping Simone get her looks together, Amara comes home because y'all know Simone is staying with Amara, her auntie, who also works on campus, head of the journalism department, right? And when Amara came in, she asked Keisha why she wasn't in class. And she was like, I had to drop your class to make room for my pre-med classes. And she like, when you gonna tell your daddy that you don't want to do pre-med and that you want to dance, And then here, because apparently her dad is a doctor. We didn't know at the time that her daddy was the president of the school. We didn't know he was a doctor neither, but we found that out, okay? And so Simone gonna come over and say, why you ain't tell me your daddy was a doctor? I'm trying to get a physical done. And Keisha was like, girl, okay, this is so subject. And Nate was like, girl, on top of learning how to dress, you need to learn how to read a room. I say that is right. That is absolutely right. Okay, learn how to read a room. You missed it all. And goes by she for pronouns according to what I've read. I just want to say, Soulful Dog, I know you being here a lot. I need you to understand. I don't need the lesson. I couldn't think of the word non-binary, okay? But I don't need the lesson. I'm being facetious and joking when I talk about how you giving me both and all this. I'm gonna give you they and them. That's why I said that, because I know that it's they and them. I know. And that's why I said home girls, because you're giving me wig and nipple. So you obviously want to be referred to as she, correct? Okay. Y'all ain't got to give me the lesson. I got it. Okay. There is no real confusion. Sometimes I just be being funny and y'all be really thinking that I don't know what's going on. I'm aware of the non-binariness of it all, which is why I was like, bitch, you giving me both, they, them. Okay. Nate wig was life though. I'm gonna just go ahead and put that out there. But yeah, very much Saucy Santana. But I, like I said, the wig, I'm gonna stop because I'm thinking about Saucy Santana in that. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know when Saucy Santana puts on that wig, the little video with the bang, and he kept shaking it like that. All right, I'm gonna stop because that shit got me giggling on the inside. So, but yeah, I got it. No, it's no problem. But I just want everybody to be aware. I got it. I don't need the lesson. I got it. Omar asked when Keisha is going to tell her dad. I'm sorry, Amara asked when Keisha is going to tell her dad that she doesn't want to be a doctor. Apparently, Keisha's mom died of cancer, and on her mom's deathbed, probably no older than 10 years old, she promises her mom that she's going to become a doctor. Simone, like I said, did not read the room in that moment, and so later on they have to have a whole little conversation about it. Simone tries to get some personal practice time in, but she showed up to the court 15 minutes late because she had a job interview, so her spot was taken. And old girl needed the practice. Old girl needed the practice. Because, we're going to get into it. But the girl was like, you was late, so I took your spot. And it was like, oh, all right. Well, let me see what other spot I can get in. And then Thea then took up all of the rest of the spots. She was like, girl, what you trying to make it hard for me to practice? She was like, well, you said you was going to make practice a priority and you was 15 minutes late. So that's not my problem. I guess you're not making it a priority the way you said you was. Oop, okay. So Keisha throw a party at her house because her daddy out of town. And she wants to have, a good time. She wants Simone to loosen up because Simone is stressed what they call the fuck out. Cam gets fouled by some jerk during a basketball game. And I think that he ended up, I don't know whether it was a basketball game or what, but he ended up getting a concussion from it. We're going to come back to that. So Simone is stressed out, wants to leave the party. Then the president gets home and we find out that Keisha's dad is the president of the school, right? I forgot his name already. But either way, child, I go back with him. I go back with him to Love Jones. Okay, I go back all the way back with him to Love Jones. He still looked the same. That man know he look good. Okay, I was just like, why this nigga still look exactly the same? Okay, but anyway, Simone has a panic attack, and because he's a doctor, he had to calm her down and ended up giving her a physical at the house. You know, well, the definition of a physical, checking her you know, her stats, her heart, her breathing, all of that shit. And because she did that, that was basically the okay she needed from the president to do her, you know, to play in practice with everybody else, right? So Simone goes down there to the courts, okay? Goes down there to the courts and beat everybody ass, okay? We're going to get back to that because I don't want to forget this part. Keisha's daddy, the president, had to drop Simone off at Amara's house, and he apologized to Amara because somebody tagged Amara's door traitor at the school. And then later the coach admits that he was her source. And we wanted him to stand up and say that he did it as well so that he can share some of the weight of this, since everybody is trying to, you know, pinpoint Amara like she's so fucked up for doing her job and telling on them cheating with the, you know, the last baseball team that they had and why they lost all their starters was, if y'all don't know, okay, the starters and the old baseball coach had this whole little thing going where they would pretend they were going to class, but it wasn't a class. They would get an A in the class and it would help lift their GPA so that they could stay on the baseball team. So once that class got taken away, a lot of them were no longer, you know, they no longer met the requirements. So they got kicked off the team. Everybody's mad about it. And so they mad at Amara. They put traitor on her door. Everybody's like, it's fucked up. But like true Black woman that she is, she's going to take the brunt. She tells the coach not to say anything. She's going to take the brunt of it. And she told the president, like, don't apologize. Stop riding the fence. Okay, with your riding the fence ass. Damon took Simone to throw some balls to help her de-stress after this, and they ended up talking about Zora Neale Hurston and the project. So when they go to present it in class, Simone went off script a little bit, which Thea was like, it's not what I wrote for her to read. It's like, girl, calm down. It ends up getting Simone a job offer, okay, by the art literature department, child, I don't know. But either way, it's a job on campus, easy, okay? Their professor asked if any of them had seen Cam. So Keisha and another homeboy go to check on Cam. He got hit during that game they was playing. He had a concussion. She checked his vitals, called the ambulance, and later on, he comes back to campus without telling her because he's pissed off that she called the ambulance. Found out he has an aneurysm and he can no longer play football. And y'all know that's the only reason that Cam got into college. So now what's going to happen to his life? What's going to happen to Cam's future? I feel like Spencer saved him at some point, and it almost felt like, well, damn, Spencer saved you for nothing, nigga. But he blamed Keisha. So now Keisha is feeling is feeling like, damn, nigga, like you gonna blame me when all I did was save your life? Okay, it's fucked up. But yeah, Simone ended up clearing them hoes out. When she hit that shit in a split, I was like, not in a split. She hit it. She was doing it. She went through everybody. The last person she had to battle, okay, was Thea. And her and Thea was going back and forth. Because y'all know that's how the tennis players, they be like, they be, you know, getting it out. And Thea beat her by 1 point, y'all. 1 point. 7-8. And Thea was impressed. And, you know, ended up shaking her hand and was like, what you did wasn't easy, girl. What we both did out there was not easy. I give props what props is due. Okay. Damon had been being an asshole to his team. Y'all know that. Y'all know he feels like he's better than everybody. He's more focused than everybody. And the team wasn't really feeling him. So this episode, when he was around them, all he kept talking about was feeling insecure and comparing himself to the Emmett kid. And that was tiring everybody out. You're supposed to be trying to get to know your teammates instead of being in your head worrying about competition that's not even competition yet. You know what I'm saying? So he apologized to his team for not bonding and being so scared that all he could think about was that other kid and his stats and all of this shit. And so he actually says that instead of him being team captain just because he's the best player, JR, his partner, should be the team captain because he knows how to bring people together. Okay, which was a good thing, but there's some shit with JR. I think JR is wondering if him and Damon are siblings. I'm not sure yet. So Coach admits to Amara that he is the one that gave her the info. I told y'all that. And oh yeah, and she falling on her sword for him. I told y'all all that too. So that's what happened. That's who drop kicked 2 on All-American Homecoming. Thank you so much, Sunshine, for the super chat. I appreciate you, or the super sticker, whichever one it is. Thank you. Amara pulled a Janet Jackson. Yes, she did. Yeah, she did. And I ain't like that shit. Like, why you falling on the sword for all these niggas? Let them take some responsibility. Let them take some of the weight sometimes. They'll be all right. That was definitely an epic move. She almost cleared old girl. She almost did. And then she ended up getting a spot on the team. Thank God. I was like, oh, she got a spot. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay, we got 2 more shows to get into, y'all. Jessica G, thank you so much for the super chat. Do you think that Amara will hook up with the president of the college or the baseball coach? I keep picking up vibes from both. It almost feels like she used to fuck with one of them, or maybe both. But it feels like she used to fuck with one of them. I'm not sure. And honestly, I feel like the coach is probably a better bet. The president feels fake. He don't feel secure, even though he's secure this way. He's not secure in this way. I feel like it's a coach. So either she fucked somebody before or she's going to fuck the coach, or both. I don't know. But thank you for the super chat, girl. I want to know what went on back in the day between Amara, President Allen, and Coach. They all went to bring some back in the day. Okay, you heard what I just said. Okay, I think she must have. But okay, everybody's hearing me. Okay, everybody heard me. Okay, so let's go ahead. I got 2 more videos. We're about to do Kings of Napa, and then we're going to get into Sistas, and it wasn't even a lot in Sistas. So hopefully I won't hold y'all for too much longer because I feel like these videos be being way too fucking long. Okay, like truth of the matter. But anyway, can y'all do me a favor before we get into the Kings of Napa? I know a lot of y'all don't watch these. That's why these aren't always, full of hundreds of people the way my lives can normally be, or, probably how it'll be tomorrow when I do the BondyBlue show and talk about Delicious and all of them. You know what I'm saying? But I still like to do this because a lot of y'all ask for these. So live is the best way to do it for me. So let's go ahead and get into Kings of Napa because it was really good. I remember he was on Drumline. I didn't like him on there. But he was always real silky and smoothly up in the vocals on Love Jones. Give it up for Darius, whatever the name was. Brother to the Night. Give it up for Nina Mosley. He was one of y'all know in the late 90s, all niggas was doing was going to poetry sessions and shit. Okay, you go to a poetry place and they play jazz music and you wear black and you smoke cigarettes with dark lipstick on and you listen to poetry. Okay. Do y'all remember on what you call them? Poetry jam. That's not what they called it though. Russell Simmons. That was the shit. I used to have it on audio, the one Dave Chappelle did and the one that Erykah Badu did. Oh, that was my shit. Say that. Damn. It's playing in my head, but I can't catch the words in order to give it to y'all. But y'all remember that? That used to be the shit back in the day. But yes, Kings of Napa, y'all. Did y'all like the video? I love the right. Deaf Poetry Jam. Yes. Folk in my face, I'm a stupid. Yeah, there you go. Folks in my face, I'm a superstar. Niggas hang around because of who I are. Say they happy for me when they really not. Damn. I used to know it by heart. Damn. Y'all remember that one? With Erica Badu, that time she was on that shit, them long ass braids in. That was a shit, girl. Somebody delivering something to my house? What's going on? All right, come on. We back into it. Child, let me say something. UPS and Amazon people have been up and down the street so many times today. So August tells Calvin that it's over after he told his wife in front of her that it wasn't what it looked like when we know it absolutely was. He had just finished fucking that lady. All up and through her apartment, open the door to leave, and then his ex-wife come walking in talking about, I know you're not up in here with her. You following this nigga now? And then he gonna say it's not what it looked like. You ain't got no shirt on. What does it look like? I'm confused. Okay? But either way, August said, look at me, nigga. I am not a soybean burger bitch. I am not on the side. That is not what I am. I am number one. I am the girl. I am the only girl. I do not play those games, Kelvin. So you can just go ahead and go. Okay, you can just go ahead and leave. All right, you can get up out my face with all of this. This is messy, and I told you I don't like mess. Okay, he gonna tell her, I think I'm falling in love with you, child. She gonna tell him that if he pull a fast one like that again, he will never get a taste of her ever again. Okay? And then she proceeds to give him a taste. I said, girl, you didn't even make him wait. You didn't even make him wait before you gave him the pussy, August. You was just so mad and giving him his walking papers 1 minute ago, and now you're bent over your desk, getting banged out by Calvin for a second time in the last couple of hours, bitch. Okay, you don't know what you want. Anyway, everyone is reworking the dessert wine after the comparison to Sean and Sean's dessert wine. Thanks, Bridget. Rose is back and angry on Bridget's behalf. Okay. And then later we find out that she feels like the family didn't reach out to her when she took her little trip to New York. Bitch, what we needed to reach out to you for? You could have called us. The phone worked 2 ways. You was texting everybody saying you needed time. We got shit we dealing with down here. Melanie was fitting to die. What we was gonna call you for? When did we have time to call you? Melanie in the hospital, Bridget in jail, and you wanted us to call you to check on you because you decided to poof pow disappear and go to New York, even though you had a presentation to do. Girl, don't come in here being mad at nobody when you was able to skate out on doing your fucking job. Rose. Oh my God. Anyway, Dana is acting like nothing happened now. I'm so confused. He tells Rose that he saw her kiss Bridget, and she swears that she's just a little confused. She's just confused, Dana. I love you though, Dana. August has lunch with her doctor friend who is going to give a statement on Bridget's behalf, even though she doesn't know if she believes that Bridget is innocent or not. And then she proceeds to shame August for going through with it all. August says that she has to protect the company, and her friend is appalled. Oh my God, is that all you care about? Is that company? Is that company more important than your sister Bridget? Oh my God, August, you've changed. You changed. Yeah, I changed when my dad died and made me the fucking CFO, CEO president of a failing and in debt business that I have to bring back to life so that my mom, my aunties, Bridget, my brothers won't be out on the fucking streets. So excuse me if feeling like all this evidence pointing to Bridget being the culprit means that I need to go about the proper channels and not just believe her word. You know why? Because Bridget likes to lie. Bridget knew that nigga was her daddy, never said nothing to nobody, and then has the audacity to be angry and jealous of August because August, was daddy's little girl to everybody, and she had to be daddy's little girl in private. That's not August's fault, but you mad at her about it. The friend was just, to me, reiterating the shit that Bridget has said. And I feel like I was still wondering where Bridget got that money from that was in the painting. She must have got that money from selling her paintings. But I feel like if Bridget would have just been honest, instead of walking around with her big ass titties and her nose up in the air, then maybe we would have a better understanding. Because I cannot. What are you guys saying? It annoys me. It annoys me so much. I know I was wrong about Kelvin being a part of the extortion, but he's still not to be trusted. I agree. Y'all, I'm trying to get my camera. It just it's feeling like it's not right, and I want it to be. Okay. I felt the same way. Like Rose was only gone for a week, and everybody thought she was on a mini vacay. I'm kind of shocked that Rose was only gone for a short time the way Dana was acting. I thought she was gone for weeks. Child, no. I'm confused as to why everyone wants August to be soft while dealing in business. I don't know. Dana played a major role in August changes too. And nobody ever points it out. Nobody ever gets mad at him. He's never to blame for anything. Neither is Vanessa, who told August not to hire Bridget back. But somehow August is the one that is blamed for it. Okay? It's just really fucking annoying. Anyway, Rose goes to talk to Bridget about how her trip to New York made her remember her connection with Dana. And they're going to try and have a baby, and she can't throw it all away. Bridget goes to see Calvin because he's still her lawyer, and she's extremely emotional. And it's August. It's all August's fault. Is it August? Is it August? Or do you look guilty because you've been being real sneaky and doing real grimy shit behind everybody's back? Like if Bridget would have just been honest about even half of this shit, then I feel like nobody would think that she was lying. But you've been acting like a bitch. You've been acting like a liar. You were making out with your brother's wife, and nobody has even brought that up. Nobody has even like really brought that up and made her, held her to task for it. They brought it up on last episode, but she was able to deny it and then they let it go. But the truth of the matter is we all know that Bridget was making out with Rose, but everybody's sitting up there acting like August has changed. What? She's fucking her sister-in-law, kissing her sister-in-law, and we acting like August is the one who's changed. I've changed, Vita. I've changed, Vita. Okay. Y'all, it's a movie reference. Don't worry about it. Grace comes up with a new wine, thank God, and the extortionist calls again, threatening them to not call the police, but they do it anyway. They go over info with Quentin, and we're going to get to the bottom of who this extortionist is, especially now that we realize it's probably not Bridget, okay? Christian talks to Vanessa about her leaving to do the news back before Christian was born, when Dana and August were little. And he thinks it was gangster. He thinks that if she wants to pursue that again, that she should. Child, we don't know. Melanie wakes up from her little coma that she was in. Y'all know it's not looking too good for Auntie. Melanie is not looking good, y'all. August tells Calvin that the cops want her to wear a wire when she goes to give the money to the extortionist. And if it's Bridget, they're going to arrest her. She tells him the extortionist called that day, and it couldn't have been Bridget once they looked into it, because Bridget was in San Francisco and the call, and the call came from Napa Valley, East Napa. So the call didn't come from the same place. We all thought that white guy was Bridget's partner. So that didn't make us believe she wasn't 100% the extortionist either. Rose finds out that Dana's semen doesn't have any sperm in it. Yeah, that's right, y'all. Semen and sperm are two different things. I don't know if you know. Semen is the ejaculate, the liquid, okay? Sperm is a little shit inside of it that swims into a woman's egg, penetrates it, and then creates a baby. Well, guess what, you guys? We found out that 2 years ago, because Dana doesn't want to have a little person for a child because he hates himself so much, even though he's dapper as fuck and has a beautiful Model-S wife, he's highly educated, he's rich, and his father was a surgeon. Somehow, he finds a way to hate life because he's shorter than the average human. Sir, as long as your wife is happy with your dick, this is pointless. You being this like upset about your height at this point in life. At this point in life, after accomplishing all of this, after dressing the way you do. It's annoying. It's annoying, y'all. Dana be clean as fuck. And I just don't understand why he hates himself so much that 2 years ago, he went and got a vasectomy and did not tell Rose, got Rose going through IVF, making her think that it's her. I said, Dana, you little cunt. I'm sorry. You're a bastard. You're a bitch. You're terrible. You're terrible. Y'all, when my mind understood that that man let that lady go through IVF, which is extremely tiring on your body and your hormones. He let her go through physical trauma because he didn't want to admit that he got a vasectomy because he doesn't want to have a little person for a child, and he would rather not have a child at all. But he was not honest with his wife about that because he knows that if it were not for the legacy and the family building, she would not be with him. And it's not because she likes girls. It's because he treats her like shit and talks to her like, you know, she's some child that he can just throw away and disregard and fuck over whenever it's comfortable for him. Whenever he's upset about life, he can let out his frustrations on his wife. Whenever he feels inadequate about his height, he can let his frustrations out on his wife, on her pussy, or on talking down to her. Dana ain't shit. Dana ain't shit. I can't believe he let that lady go through IVF, shooting herself with all them fucking hormones like that. And then you paid for that. You paid for it. Like, that shit is expensive. All of that's stupid. I cannot believe he did that, y'all. Thank you so much for knowing that it was a House Party 3 reference. I would have told you what it was if you said it was bothering you. But me and Larry do that all the time. I've changed, Vita. I've changed. You changed. You changed. I've changed. I've changed, Vita. I've changed. Vita, you changed. He was trash for coming at her He was trash for coming at her bisexuality. He has to use everything he can to try to make it seem like it was about anything other than his own insecurities. I love that she told him, Dana, I'm not leaving you so I can go back to girls. I'm leaving you because you're an asshole and you let your insecurities blind you. It was like, girl, that's exactly why you should leave him. Melanie tells Vanessa and Bridget they have to find this key that she's been talking about the whole season. It's a key that unlocks all of this drama. She was like, we need to end all this mess. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this key gonna do, child, but I wish you would just say whatever you know. What's the key gonna open? It's just aggravating. Anyway, Vanessa calls August and tells her to look for the key, but she can't find it. Maybe someone snuck in her apartment and stole it and possibly planted evidence on Bridget as well. And I'm like, that's what happened because we saw somebody in her apartment. So that's what happened. August goes to the restaurant that the family frequents in Napa. And this is when we figure out it's the white boy, because it's apparently always the white boy, you guys. The white boy that works there that was a little bit too invested in Bridget being seen as the, you know, the extortionist when she got arrested. Him, okay? He insists that August eat a piece of pie. She never leaves without eating a piece of pie. So she goes to the bathroom. And she was looking through these photos that Quentin had given her about possible suspects, and she sees this car. So when she went to the bathroom, she saw that car behind the restaurant, and the door was open. So she went out, she looks inside the car, and she sees it's the waiter. It's his car, and there are IDs in it or something. Okay, I think it was like a Napa ID, meaning that I believe he was able to get on to, you know, the vineyards in order to do whatever, the planting and all of this shit. So that was some evidence for her. So at this point, I feel like sis should have just left the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what she did. She went back into the restaurant and he basically was like, you know, eat the cake anime. And I was like, child, if y'all don't tell, you know, vanilla Caucasian Ike Turner to get the fuck on with this eat the cake shit. Anyway, August tries to run out, but he knocks her out and she kicked him in the dick. Okay. I like the fact that she kicked him in the dick before he knocked her out. I was like, girl, you better fight. When she wakes up, he has her tied up and he's mad. And this is the story. Apparently, his dad didn't inherit all of that land. All of that land that the dad had, Reggie bought that land from this white kid's family back in the day. Okay. And it's so funny because they devalued the land. His father sold it, okay? His dad sold the land to Reggie. And it was so funny because he was like, you know, we thought that he was, you know, a brother from the hood. And then we find out he's a rich, world-renowned surgeon. And it's like, what fucking difference does it make? He knew what he was doing. If he let y'all know he had money, y'all would have gouged him. Y'all would have price gouged him. So he showed up looking like a brother from the hood because he knew that y'all would probably keep that price lower because y'all were trying to unload that land. because your daddy probably could not handle working that land and it was more profitable to sell it. Now you mad and all in your fucking feelings because you got to bust tables down to the restaurant on the land that your granddaddy sold. I mean, you know, that your daddy sold, that your granddaddy worked for. That ain't nobody's fault but your daddy's. That ain't nobody's fault but your daddy's. Okay, you can tell he mad. He a white boy mad that he got to work for the black people. He mad. He mad that the black people and the gay people are flourishing on that land. That's not your land. They bought it. You sold it. Get over it, little white boy. You entitled fuck nigga. It's not yours. It's not yours. It's not supposed to be yours. You know why? Because your daddy sold it. It's nobody's fault that your daddy didn't know what to do with his money. Okay? And August read him down. August said, listen, little piece of shit entitled white boy. Okay? I know you think that somebody owe you something, but no, your daddy devalued the land because he wasn't about his business like my daddy was. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. The whole time she was like using her bracelet to wear at the ropes around her wrist, and then she flipped the table on him, kicked his ass. She had him in a sleeper hold when the police came in. I said, oh, now the police want to show up? Now the police want to show up. Now. And she had him in a sleeper hold, y'all. They were unnecessary. I said, was this bitch in the military? When she put that nigga in a sleep hold, I said, oh, he's going to go sleep. He's going to go to sleep. Child, a mess. And then we finally get to see Christian's little girlfriend and why I don't trust her or her cheap wig. Okay. Christian's little girlfriend is telling Christian that she wants to be his girl. And, you know, she's going to be the one to help him rise to his highest heights. And I'm like, I don't trust her and I don't trust her wig. But y'all know he has a bourbon line. He has a bourbon barrels. He wants to come out with his own bourbon, right? Okay. Wait on that. The family meets up and Bridget says that she has a good idea to take the dessert wine up a notch, you know, now that we know Bridget wasn't the extortionist. Okay. And of course, August felt terrible and wants to apologize and all of that. She tried to call Bridget. Bridget didn't want to answer the phone. Bridget wants to just keep it business. Bridget says that they can use grapes from the vines that she's been growing in the back of the vineyard to step up the dessert wine. And then Christian was like, y'all can also put the wine in my bourbon barrels to add that twist to it. Okay. And so she gave that little tidbit of information as long as August would make her vice president and give her a 20% raise. And I'm like, okay, as long as she's under you, that's all that matters. But she needs to remain under you because she's not about the business like that. She's about the grapes. She's about the art of it. August can be about the business of it and then the forethought. And then you can have, you know, Dana about the money. And Christian is another one that's trying to find different avenues to bring in more money with the bourbon. So I feel like everybody can work together. Nobody has to best anybody, but I don't think that Bridget is going to let it be like that. I think she sees an issue with August being, you know, in charge, and she's going to keep making an issue of it. Okay. They got their distributor back. Okay. With the new wine. Thank God. Christian and his girlfriend go to a club and meet with some guys in suits who were supposed to invest in his bourbon that she introduced him to. I'm like, how is this girl in her bad wig introducing you to somebody that can put money into your bourbon? Your family is rich. Your family has contacts. Why would you ask anybody outside of your family's contacts to invest in your bourbon? Christian, this is when you prove to be the sucker that girl called you. Because we see them in the bed later that night getting a text from her cousin saying that she did so well and her calling him a sucker and how she gonna milk him for all he worked. I'm just like, and you deserve it with your stupid ass. How the fuck you gonna get? Look at that girl wig. That girl don't have no connections. That girl don't have no fucking money. She don't have nobody that can introduce, you know, that she can introduce you to invest in your bourbon. What are you doing? You need to go talk to Auntie Yvette about that. Like, everybody that you need to help you with your bourbon is in your house. And you got this girl with her bad wig. Oh, all right. Anyway, y'all, Melanie isn't doing too good. And Bridget wants her to think about some trials to get into to try to get better. But she just wants to take her herbs and go her ass home. Then that white man that we saw Bridget with comes in. And apparently he's her gallerist. He really wanted to push her art. So it wasn't even about the wine with this man. He was supposed to be pushing her art, and that bad press was not good for her. and it wasn't good for him. But now that she's back on top, he wants back in. And she like, nah, I'm all right. I'm straight. I'm okay. I need somebody. I need a rep that's gonna be reliable, and you were unreliable. So press. I'll do it myself. I said, I'm right one. I'm right, Bridget, girl. I was it for Bridget in that moment. August comes up to her in the hospital hallway and tries to talk to her. And basically, she can't forgive August because she's had enough of her antics. And this is when I was like, so y'all really don't want me to like Bridget. And the showrunner for Kings of Napa is always, on Twitter the night of the show. And I was live tweeting, and she's always telling me how much she loves Bridget. I asked her why, and I still haven't gotten an answer. Why do you love Bridget? Y'all, if y'all like Bridget, can y'all tell me why y'all like Bridget? Because I don't like Bridget. In this moment right now, if she says that August in her antics. Do you mean when you got framed and August followed the information and then Dana told Sean and had the police called on you and then you got arrested? What antics are we talking about exactly? Because the reason you got arrested was because of Dana. The reason why you got arrested, not only was it because of Dana, it was also because of Sean, because you decided to go and give Sean all of that information that they did not fucking need because you were so mad at August. Let's not forget, Dana is the one that got you arrested. How the fuck is it August in her antics? What? August hasn't lied about a thing. The only thing August didn't tell you about was the cameras that Dana wanted to put in your house. But yeah, it's all August in her antics. That's why I don't like Bridget, because Bridget can't see the forest for the trees. All she knows is that August is the little sister that she's jealous of, or the big sister, or whatever the fuck. She's the sister she's jealous of. And that's all she can see. She can't see Aunt Vanessa telling August not to hire her back or she was going to stroke out. She can't see Dana being the one that was mad that you was kissing on his wife. And so he had Sean call the police on your ass. But it's all August's fault, right? Her antics. You trying to fuck and run away with your sister-in-law, but it's August and her antics. Y'all get Bridget the fuck away from me. Get her away from me. Aunt Yvette's distributor boo proposes to her. Rose decides to say fuck the family because nobody called her when she was in New York and she found out that Dana ain't got no sperm at work. And now she wants to fight dirty and no one is fighting with her though. I'm like, who you fighting, bitch? Ain't nobody fighting you. Who you fighting? Ain't nobody fighting you, Rose. Don't nobody even know you mad with them. What is you talking about? Some weird ass dude comes into Vanessa's house, okay? Some black dude with his shirt open talking about he's looking to buy up her land and Sean's land so that they can have some type of resort. I said, girl, I be good goddamn. Now we got something else to worry about, and we don't even have all the answers this time, Sway. We don't even have all the answers this time. But yeah, y'all, that was Kings of Napa. Now, before we move on into Sistas, let me see what y'all saying. Bridget wants to be daddy's little girl so bad. Like, sis, he's dead. Get over it. Like he gone. He not here. Also, wasn't his attraction to her that she was regular degular? How she got connections like that? Nigga not adding one or the two together. Y'all, the wig told the whole story. The wig told the whole story. Okay? Aunt Yvette might be on the case without us audience knowing. I hope the fuck so. I hope the fuck so. Didn't Chris call Rose when she was gone? She said no one reached out to her. Who is Chris? Who is Chris? I know Bridget called. Bridget was calling her. Dana was calling her. Bridget and Dana are going to work together to take August's spot as head bitch in charge. I'm Raven Simone up in this hole. I predicted the future. I totally agree with you, Bondy. And if there is another season, we probably not gonna like Bridget or Rose. I don't think so. Dana lets August take the fall for everything, considering Bridget. It's not even like taking a fall, bitch. You see what's going on? Bridget and Dana can't hold hands. Oh, you mean Christian? Didn't Chris call Rose when she was gone? Yes, he did. He did call her. You are absolutely right. When he saw the prostitutes coming out of little boy office, he called and was like, "Come get your husband." Mm-hmm. Yes, I did see that All Rise is coming to own. Bridget and Dana can hold hands, always blaming August for everything. Child, I'm so tired. And Paul August is a nervous wreck. Y'all, the show is good though. I really hope that they come back quickly. Um, but let's go ahead and move on to the sisters. My girls hold me down and no one is around. My love life is a headache. We going in and out tonight because I'm ready for love. Okay, stupid looking ass. All right, let's go ahead and get into it because it was a lot of little things that happened once I rewatched the episode. So Zach gets arrested. All right. He tells Gary's little Hayden look-alike buddy to call Fatima. Let me give y'all the fast forwarded version. He didn't call Fatima. When they finally got down there to the precinct, he brings in one of his friends with a folder and he opened the folder. He like, man, what the fuck? So we don't know nothing about what he being charged with. We don't know what's going on. All we know is that for like a third or fourth time on this show in 3 seasons, this season 4, girl, I don't even know. Zach is arrested again. Okay. Andy loves the penthouse and the Rolls Royce that Gary's big head ass bought for her. She's pretending not to. She's acting like she's going to give it back, but we all know she's not, and she shouldn't. She should keep all of it. All of it. She should keep all of it. And that doesn't mean she should be with him. And he thinks that if she keeps it, that means they're going to be together. And I would be like, thank you, Gary, for my gifts. I do not want to be with you. I don't want to be with you, Gary. Say it, Andy. Tell him, I don't want to be with you. I like the penthouse. I like the car. I don't want to be with you. Is it all paid for? Is it all in my name? Okay, then thank you. Have a nice life. Okay? She's falling for Gary's game, though. Fatima gives her a rubber band ball and tells her every time she thinks of a bad time that she's had with Gary to take one of the rubber bands off. And when all the rubber bands are gone, it's time for you to move your ass on. Okay? Andy tells Fatima that she did a really good job not shooting Karen last night when they had that conversation about Karen being pregnant with Zach baby. And that's because Fatima is still holding out that it could be Aaron's baby. And she's like, I believe my friend. And she was like, you can believe your friend, but I know for a fact that Zach told me around the same time that he fucked her is when the preacher man fucked her. Okay. So paternity test. Okay. Lauren Lake. Andy calls Gary to ask about all of her furniture. Gary, you said my furniture was gonna get put back into my apartment. Where's my furniture? I thought that you were gonna. I thought that you were gonna stay, but I'll have it sent over this morning. Okay. And my clothes? Oh, your clothes are still at the apartment. I was really hoping that I could, walk you through the penthouse and convince you to stay. Maybe take you to dinner. I don't want to go to. I don't want to go to dinner with you, Gary. I don't want to go to dinner. Really, Andy? Really, you don't want to go? Please come, Andy. Please let me try to beg you for your forgiveness again and say the same thing over and over and over again like a fucking Mary J. Blige song. And Andy was like, no, Gary. And he just kept pushing. And so she hung up the phone and then she started taking rubber bands off the rubber band ball and crying like a bitch. Okay. And at first I was like, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna shed no. I deserve better. You know that was what she was going through when she was singing that song. Not gonna cry is not the time, 'cause you're not worth my tears. With love, there are no guarantees, but with love, you take your chances. But somehow it seems unfair to me. Look at the circumstances. Through sickness and health, till death do us part. Those were the words that we said from our hearts. So now when you say that you're leaving me, I don't get that part. Oh. She was your side chick in your secretary. Listen, picking up your calls every week. Was on your dick when your wife was not. Okay, listen. Even let you eat it. I love y'all. I love y'all. Okay. So after that, Fatima taunts Hayden wobbling ass in a parking lot. Okay. And it's obvious that we have another scene of Fatima laughing at Hayden for getting his ass whipped, and Hayden acting like getting his ass whipped is not going to stop him from stalking her and trying to lock Zach up because he's so upset that she don't want him. And she says, listen, sir, if you don't leave me the fuck alone, this situation gonna be a spot. It's gonna feel like a spot if you don't leave me the fuck alone. And you know, he's not gonna leave her alone. So she's gonna end up having to kill him. So y'all, Maurice. Y'all, what's wrong with Maurice? What's wrong with Maurice? All of the peen in Atlanta, Maurice. You can't find no peen with an apartment, okay, that's not trying to steal from you or do meth after. What is going on? Maurice tells Sabrina that Q is a good guy, Sabrina. He's a good guy. I said, bitch, Savannah, girl. No, he is not. No, he is not. He is not a good man, Savannah, girl. What are you talking about? Talking about ain't nobody ever been nice to him. Don't nobody care. When you were nice to him, do you know what he did? He talked to you bad, made you suck his dick, and then he robbed you at gunpoint, took you to your job, and almost got you fired. He's not a good guy. He's not a good guy. Somebody give this nigga a rubber band ball. He is not a good guy, Savannah, girl. Then a rich African comes into the bank behind Sabrina again, girl. He got 11 accounts. One of the accounts had $200,000 in it. That's what he wanted to get out the bank. He got money. Sabrina, you can or you cannot. I feel like Maurice is not in placement to tell you anything about anybody because, sir, you want to lay up with a meth addict that don't have sex with men, only get his dick sucked. That's what he told you. Okay, so you ain't even getting nothing out of this, but a little lonely puppy dog on your doorstep waiting to come into your house and piss and shit and tear your shit up and then leave, because that's what he gonna do. So, Maurice, nobody wants to hear from you about what they should do about dick when you don't know what to do about Q. Okay, thanks. Danny left that cop hanging. She told him she was going to meet him and she never did. And he wants to know who hurt her. And she was like, nobody hurt me, nigga. Maybe I'm just not interested in you. Okay. And this is when Andy calls her real weird, like wanting to hang out. And it's like, bitch, we don't ever hang out, just me and you. But she wants to hang out with Danny because she wants somebody to tell her to take the money in a house and Gary because he's giving her money. Basically, you want somebody to tell you it's okay if you want to be with him. It's okay if you're being bought by the penthouse and in the car and you're forgetting that you're a lawyer and you could eventually get these things on your own, and that he hugged you until you passed out. His wife tried to kill you. He was having some type of weird sexual relationship with his therapist in your apartment. He did not want to have sex with you because you had sex with someone else when y'all were not together, even though he was married. Yeah, you shouldn't have a rubber band ball left at this point, bitch. Fatima should have handed you just the ball and been like, when you think of good things about this nigga, put rubber bands on the ball, okay? And if the ball ever ends up being entirely covered with you not having to take off a rubber band because he did something you did not like, then you can stay with him. But if the rubber bands don't cover up the ball, then you can't stay with him because this nigga has done way too much. Way too much. Another thing, Danny, I don't know why you're turning down the cop, because the cop was kind of sexy to me. Like, I thought he was cute, like a little, 2022 Ralph Transvant looking ass nigga. So I probably would have, like went on a date with him because I feel like a cop is always a good person to, have a relationship with, but that's just me. Either way, I don't understand Danny at this juncture, but I'm not going to begrudge her. If she's not interested, she's not interested. Bad back, nigga. It's not because nobody hurt me. It's because I don't like you, nigga. You're ugly. Aaron wants Karen to go to an early appointment. He got a homeboy down at the hospital, so he can get her in earlier to have this paternity test. And she's like, I don't want to. I just want to wait my turn. I don't want to get in ahead of time. I just want to wait my turn. And I want that to be enough for you so you can leave me the fuck alone because this baby not sure. And I already told you that. So please get out of my face, sir. Aaron gonna go cry in the car. Aaron gonna go cry in the car. I said, this nigga not crying in the car. Is he? This nigga was crying in the car. Okay. She tells him, going about your way, this ain't your baby. I swear this ain't your baby. Andy comes to see her at the end of the day and tell her that she wants to take the money and everything that he gave her. And Karen is like, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't take it. You should sell a house and give him his money back. I'm telling you what you should do. But I know you're going to go and meet up with Danny. I know you're going to go and meet up with her. She can tell you what you want to hear, but I'm telling you what you should do. And I feel like Karen, shut the fuck up. This what made me mad. When Andy was like, I'm gonna go to dinner with a nigga, I said, you don't have to go to dinner with him. You can keep it all because it's in your name, and you could change the locks and get a restraining order, and Gary still can't come around, and you can keep your house and your car because it's in your name and it's paid for. There's another way to do this. Why are none of the homegirls giving her this advice? Keep the place, change the locks. Tell the doorman don't let Gary in. If they do, call the police, get a restraining order. Okay? You can also exchange the Rolls Royce for another Rolls Royce. You can sell all the shit and then invest the money, double it, and then rebuy new shit with that money. You could rent out the penthouse on Airbnb and make all your cake from it. And then give him the amount of money that he paid for it. Give him that money once you've made it. And then you can go ahead and move into another penthouse in the sky. Andy, there are other ways to go about this without giving anything back to this stupid ass nigga. I don't even understand why you think giving him anything back is worth it. He took so much from you. The relationship is not going to be good. Do you remember what happened the last time you tried to settle into y'all being into a relationship? And then he told you he couldn't have sex with you. He went through the trouble of having all your homegirls come through so he could propose to you at a photo shoot. You said yes. Y'all went home to fuck. And he was like, wait, I can't fuck you because you had sex with somebody else. And I'm a controlling asshole that has to feel like I'm the only person that's touched my woman. Because if not, I have to go to therapy. And then when I go to therapy, it's not for the fact that I hugged you to death that one time. It's because I have to be able to fuck you again. Because now I can't fuck you because I feel like you shared your puss, even though I was sharing my dick the whole time amongst you and my wife and whoever else I was fucking around with. But remember that, Andy? And then the therapist was trying to fuck him and trying to convince him to leave you. Do you remember that? That just happened. That just happened. Oh, we can go all the way back to him bringing you to the country. Remember you said you had told him everything you ever wanted, and he still went and tried to bring you to a house in a country where you ended up having your cell phone taken from you, your purse, your wallet, and then you had to take a long walk down a long road in a country somewhere to be strung up on a tree by some white people. That did not happen, but that was a grave possibility. Do we not remember that? Do we not remember the Jasmine trying to kill you, her homegirls trying to jump you? No, we don't remember none of that? Okay. Okay. I just wanted to lay it all out there for everybody because there are some women out there that believe if a man is going to give him all these things, that means he is worth dealing with all of that bullshit for. And I decline. I decline. I decline. I reclaim my time. I'm disengaging. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Anytime a man is going to hug you to death, anytime a man is going to do all of that to get you, then to decide that he can't have sex with you because you are not a fucking virgin, which he already knew. It's time to hang it up. Hang it up. Robin has money. Robin has money. Robin has money. If it's about the money, Robin has money. I'm about to tell you, bitch, call Tiana and Tiffany and them. Call Robin and them. Call Kira and them. Get you a condo down to the ATL, bitch. Call one of them. Call one of the ladies who list. Because I feel like they can get you an apartment that you can afford. Because I'm trying to understand how a lawyer can't afford an apartment, but B. Simone can. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I'm done. I'm done, y'all. We've been on here for going on 2 hours. Another 2-hour live. It was 4 shows, though. It was 4 shows. It was 4 shows. Now, listen, y'all know the Ooh Ladies First panel is tonight on Niecy Dixon's channel. Make sure y'all come through to see us because we're going to be talking about all of the mess. It's a lot of mess going on. I can't wait to see the show that Niecy has set up for us, okay? Because I'm just going to show up with me and my mic, and I'm going to give y'all what I got. And then I'm going to come back to y'all Friday, probably early Friday, maybe around 11 a.m. or noon, and we're going to do a BondyBlue show, and we're going to talk about everything. If there's anything that y'all would like for me to talk about specifically, please post it in the forum, okay, with a link to the story, girl. Let me know. And I'll make sure that when we sit down and talk tomorrow morning, we're going to get into whatever y'all want to talk about. Right now, I know we're going to talk about Kanye and this video he made with Pete Davidson, okay, decapitating Pete Davidson. I said the nigga is crazy, but I also don't take him seriously. I don't take him seriously. I don't. I hope that everybody got the appropriate amount of security, but I don't take him seriously. Do it, Kanye. Do it. Bust a grape. Anyway, I just don't think he will. And I think he's crazy, and I'm not talking about in a less respect mental health issues way. No, I mean in a nigga. If I was her, I'd have shot you in the kneecaps already. He trespassed. I didn't feel safe. Have y'all seen the shit he's been saying online? That's me. But anyway, Kanye, y'all making my girl Delicious out to seem like she a broke bitch that jumped on that fat nigga dick because he was, he was famous and he had money. Y'all gonna stop playing with Delicious like that. I know a lot of y'all wasn't following Delicious, so y'all don't know, but Delicious had money before the dude. Okay, she might have been working hard, but my girl was working for her money. And if that man wanted her to stop shaking her ass up and down the hotel lobbies every weekend, okay, then he needed to make sure that she was taken care of. I don't know why everybody looking at her like she wrong for wanting to be with a nigga with money. Talking about, oh, all she saw was dollar signs. That lady was already living in a nice house. That lady was already living a nice life. Like, I don't know what anybody thought Delicious was over there doing, but I would like to explain to y'all, nobody walks around looking like Delicious and they're broke. If it wasn't him, it was going to be another nigga. I'm just telling y'all. Child, we saw him on Marriage Boot Camp. I'm going to go ahead, y'all. Marriage Boot Camp was in the last 2 years. Go on YouTube and look for my Marriage Boot Camp review so y'all can hear me talking about Delicious and oh boy. Okay? Delicious in him, because I feel like she was saying back then that she had an issue with the lack of passion. And I understand what that's like to go through, the lack of passion, okay? I understand what that's like to go through, okay? She went and got a side nigga. That's not what I did, but I understand, okay? And so I just kind of feel like at the end of the day, like, I need more information about what all went down. I need more information. She cheated. He's a narcissist. What else happened, Delicious girl? I need more information. Right. Is she supposed to want someone who is broke? Exactly. I'm tired of y'all shaming Black women for not wanting to be with broke people. Like, have y'all seen Delicious house? Like, Delicious has a beautiful house that she had way before she got with him. And I know because I've been following her for years. So I know what her life looked like on social media. And same house means, bitch, I'm all right over here. Her daughter's father had money too. Yep, that was another one. Like, she ain't never really been with a broke nigga. Why would she be? She's Delicious. Like, why would she be? Say what you will. Delicious is beautiful and Delicious ass is real. And Delicious is fine as fuck. So at the end of the day, Delicious was never going to be with a broke nigga. She's not that type of person. Why would she be? And why is everybody looking at her like she was supposed to fix that nigga? Because, yeah, the only problem I have with Delicious is Delicious rushed into that relationship with that man. But I absolutely feel like any work that he needed to do that work. You've been out of jail for a long time now, sir. You needed to go ahead and get some help and some therapy. Maybe she shouldn't have chose to marry your ass. I don't know what he was showing her beforehand. But at the end of the day, I don't like the way y'all talking about my girl out here on these social media streets. Like, she was just with that nigga for money, as if she had to just be with him for money when she didn't have that to do. Like, Delicious always had money, y'all. I don't know if y'all know. But before him, Delicious had money. I'm just saying, I'm just telling y'all, okay? But we're gonna have, we're gonna talk about that. Listen, everybody would take Delicious down. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, we're gonna talk about a lot of things because a lot of things have been going on. If I missed anything, you know what I'm saying? That's why I want y'all to make sure y'all send me, something on the forum and let me know what's going on. Or on Instagram, at me on post, let me know. And I don't feel like he got no whole bunch of money from that lawsuit. Child, I know they all got like a few million, and I think he did good with his money, but ultimately, like, money is not everything, especially if you somebody that already live in a nice house, that already pay for your own vacations, that pay for your own upkeep. Like Delicious was already living her life, taking care of her and her kids just fine on her own. So her relationship with him was not about money. I think her relationship was like a whirlwind with him. And yeah, he was with somebody beforehand, which is why Erica De Niro saying that she should have read the whole facts was correct. That was correct. Absolutely should have read that shit. But I feel like if there's only one whole facts out, that's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like I need repeated whole facts. I need repeated, you know what I'm saying? I need the deets on a nigga from multiple relationships. You can't just give me one relationship and then I'm gonna be like, okay, well, that's a telltale sign. Like, no, I'm gonna pay attention, but ultimately that's not enough. I need there to be, you know, more. I need there to be several people for me to like baby mamas, bad girlfriend. I need something to show me something. Okay, one relationship ain't enough. One relationship not working out is not enough to tell a woman not to date a man. It's just not. Like, period. Like, I don't know. But anyway, y'all, we'll talk about all that tomorrow. So I hope to see y'all there. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, bondyblueshow.com. Make sure y'all supporting the website. And I'll talk to y'all later. I love y'all.